It makes me feel better that you guys have walked away from some of those.
So let's lead into that. So you're riding EI, and I'm telling these guys maybe you're on the group chain. I don't know. I want to push you to Davoo because I just don't want you to get, in my mind, I don't want you to just kind of plateau. I mean, I know you want to eventually, but I'm like, let's ramp it up for him. Let's let him.
Sure, I thought you were just bored. You were just bored. Were you just bored at EI, or you were trying to help me get better?
I want to see you get better.
That's cool. I appreciate that, man.
But,
you did. You were on my ass last year.
Yeah. But I mean, Kevin was always on my ass. You're good. Keep going. Let's rack it. I'm like, day 2 here.
Kevin kind of looks at me like I still got diapers on right now. He's like, you sure you're gonna be? But I get it.
So we go to
Hey, it's the best way to progress.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys have been patient.
Yeah. Actually, before I get into that, following us, what is that? Does that help you a lot? Because you just mentioned you were trying to look at my chain.
Yeah, man, always in the back. And there's sometimes where you guys will say, "Hey, man, come up in front of me," and I know, in my mind, I'm like, "Oh God, they just want to watch me crash or something." But really, it's so you can see what I'm doing. I mean, I get that. You guys are always focused on getting me better, and I appreciate that. But yeah, for sure, I'm definitely more comfortable in the back, and it's not because I'm afraid of anything. It's just it is a learning process, man, and you're probably always learning. I was thinking about that today while we were out there. You learn something new every time you're out there. I do, at least. I mean, you guys have been doing it for years and years, and probably still you learn from some mistakes that you make out there.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought about that a lot today, and I can't remember what triggered it, but I was just thinking, man, damn, every time I get on this bike, I learn something new.
Yeah,
and every time I come out with you guys.
There's advantages. I mean, you can watch different lines that we take and either say that was a good line or I'm staying with that line fucking sucked. I'm staying away from that.
I'm always watching your back tires.
Yeah. That's another good point. Since you're starting out, so we came from a hardtail background to where you want to find the smooth line because there's no suspension. You starting out on a full suspension. Are you just kind of like, I'm going to be like a bull in a china shop? I'm just going to take this trail, or did you already know what lines were, I guess I should ask?
I had no idea what any of this stuff was. It never even crossed my mind. I think, honestly, the first time I crossed the creek at EI, you guys had thrown me into a damn time trial staying on Wednesday. You're like, it's like I rode the bike twice, and Tony or one of you guys was like, man, you got to do the time trials. And I'm like, what's time trials?
Yeah, Scott raced last year.
Yeah.
He was on that bike for a week or two, and he entered a couple of races.
Yeah. Finished dead damn last,
awesome.
man. I was killing it.
But you were killing
Put me in the lowest ranks. I was the first time out, man. I was so
You should have heard him today. We weren't in any rush. And he goes, man, that's a 9-minute mile. I know Tony's doing 8-minute miles. We're not even at race speed.
Look at me, I'm not out here trying to get on the Red Bull circuit or anything.
Sounds like you are.
Maybe I am. Do they got a 40 and over league or anything like that?
Does one race a year?
I mean, just wait till I start jumping shit, really jumping shit.
Wow.
God. Every time I've jumped something, I've broke my face or I'm good. We're not jumping stuff, just right.
You'll start jumping stuff.
So yeah. So
you'll have to.
Just little jumps.
There you go.
You were at EI, and I was like, I think it's time for Davoo. And you weren't like, no. You were like, all right, let's go. So I take you to Davoo, and it's two sides of the road. And we started out.
I already know where this is going.
We started out. Wait, we didn't park up top. No.
The first time we parked up top.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah. I bit it within 10 minutes, man.
Okay, so we come down
Monty. We didn't pedal up.
We come down Monty. You did good there. Came all the way through that. You just kind of learn it. And you're like, man, this is way more rocky. I'm like, yeah. So then we go to Sleepy Hollow. And it we climbed it. Because I was like, hey, it's going to climb a lot more than Idlewild. And it's like a hill. It kind of plateaus and it keeps going. And then we took a break. I was like, hey, it's downhill from here. You're like, all right, cool.
Balls out. Yeah, oh yeah, man, balls out. I'm ready to go.
And then I took off, and then I just kind of rode, how I know the trail, kind of rode my speed.
Yeah, you were gone.
Yeah. And then there was a flat spot in it. I was like, I'll wait for him here. And then I was like, damn, he has been a while. And I was super nervous. I was like, all right. And then all of a sudden you come around, your helmet's kind of crooked, and then I see blood.
It was actually, it was your helmet.
Oh, yeah.
You remember? Yeah, it was my first day. That's the reason I crashed. Your helmet was shit.
Yeah.
Man, it was not kind of crooked. The whole face, the visor was broke. It was scuffed up pretty good.
I saw a picture of it. I think Justin snuck a picture and sent it to us real quick.
Yeah, that's dirty, man.
And I'm like,
At least he didn't expand my head like he did on the
And I was like, not on my watch. You're like, man.
Oh, he was a nervous wreck, man. He was genuinely concerned, like a concerned dad. Like he was babying me, and he finally cut me loose, and I'm like just hauling ass in my mind, hauling ass. And I knew. I was like, either he's going to be gone because he doesn't give a shit, and eventually I'll find him because I always say, just go, and I'll catch up. Or he's going to be like,
I'm at the bar.
What's that bar down there? Birkus. Oh, yeah. I'm
at
at Birkus. I'll catch up with you later. Yeah, man. The only thing that was crooked besides the visor on my helmet was probably my shoulder, man. My back. It was I went down pretty hard.
So what happened? You go over the
That was the first crash. Yeah. I kind of blacked out, man. I don't know. Like, what happens when you crash? I don't really know what happened.
That's pretty much what happened.
I don't know what happened. I just know I jumped up as quick as I could, and I dusted myself off, and I grabbed the bike, and I looked. Did anybody notice that? I just was waiting to see, like, an audience of people, like, bravo, you nailed it, man. Like, nobody was there, and the bike was fine. That's the bike earned my respect.
You check the bike first.
The bike earned my respect, but I think what happened, I come over a little hump. It's it's terrain that I hadn't dealt with. EI's just all dirt and roots for the most part, and a lot of loose gravel coming down. What is it, Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah.
You know all the names. I didn't know where I was at.
Yeah.
First time on this trail, it's pretty easy, just cruising. Helmer's gone, so I'm like, well, I'm gonna push it a little bit, and so I dialed it up an extra notch. Just one little notch, and that's all it took, man. I come over this little hump, and it felt like that front tire, as I was kind of turning just a hair, maybe caught on a bigger rock. I say a bigger rock, but like a bigger rock. And that rock just slid, and that caused the handlebars to turn. Once the handlebars were sideways, man, I just knew. I was like, well, I've felt this before. Like, I'm going over. And I did, man. I went over. Landed on the head, the shoulder. The shoulder was already jacked up from playing volleyball, and dove on it. So we shook it off.
Oh, you got a good one out of the way.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's going to happen.
That was probably the best one.
It's going to happen again.
It happened again 5 minutes later. It happened again. So I wrecked twice in the first, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes max.
No, the other one at the end of our ride.
You sure?
Yeah, because you were just like, man, I'm tired.
Yeah, it was, because we had already gone through that section once, and I just handled it.
Yeah.
But that's the fatigue set in.
Yeah, and you
I mean, it'll happen. You get tired. And
yeah, that's exactly
you stop concentrating, or little things will happen.
I mean, last year we were at Versailles, and we were like at 18 and a half miles. I was just smoked. My pedal just clipped the rock, and I went down some rock ravine.
Yeah, it was a big ravine.
And literally had no scratches on me because I was so tired. I was just like just soft.
Just went down like a pillow. Just slept there for a couple hours. Like, oh.
And they go, "You all right?" I'm like, "I'm just tired, man."
He's not getting up. I'm just tired. I'm kind of wanting to fall asleep.
Just leave me here, guys. I don't think it's a concussion. He's just become a pillow.
See, I thought when you first started riding, you saw a couple of us have pretty good wrecks.
And
I'm like, man, I don't want him or whenever I'm with anybody kind of like starting out and somebody goes down, I'm like, I don't want that to deter them.
Especially the guys that have been doing it 20 years. You went over the handlebars in a hole that came up out of the earth in the field at EI and swallowed you up.
Had a hole in the middle of the field.
We visited the
Didn't
hole.
see, yeah.
We went to visit today.
It's deep, yeah.
Today we checked it out. You know how deep it is? They don't mow it.
Yeah.
If you go there right now, it's mowed everywhere except for that little hole that you had rode through, apparently, thousands of times.
I must have gone inches around this thing because I take that. I'll swing out into the field and hit the trailhead.
Yeah.
I must have gone around that thing a million times and then boom.
See, what you guys are missing out on is
it's like a landmine.
I'm a big confidence booster for you guys when we go riding because you get to be out in front, and every time I catch up, I'm huffing and puffing. But that's just all for show. Like, I'm back there watching your asses wipe out.
Actually, the
confidence. I watched you wipe out. I've seen you wipe out. That was a bad one.
Yeah.
That was a loud thud when you hit the ground.
Field?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a mess. I watched you wipe out.
Twice.
Yeah. The first time was 50 yards, 100 yards from where he wiped out on that bridge. And then just a couple weeks ago when you split your handlebar, that was pretty bad. Those two were the worst.
Do you need to get a beer?
Yeah, I need you to get me a beer.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'll get it. It's your place, man.
Can you get out?
Yeah, I can get out. You guys talk about what's your show? You talk about whatever you want. You guys need a beer?
Sure.
He was actually talking.
That might be it.
He was talking today about. He's like, I love to go to a place with a view, or like we can see something. I was like, well, yeah, that's basically a lot of places.
Like ride to a view, ride to something,
or something like or you're coming up here and
I
you
think
like
Versailles has some of that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, what about Versailles? He's like, yeah, exactly like that. So I was like, well, and he's like, and the trails are smooth. I was like, well, that's Knoxville.
But so Scott's coming back in.
Drink is a Bud Light beer.
Okay.
So now you have a bike. A lot of your buddies ride. You ready for a trip to hit some other trails? So you've rode a couple trails around here, and I think you got it. You know the basics of it. That sounds better.
Yeah, you got to put that up.
It's too late. Here, you guys want to hear me chug it? Yeah.
You ready? You ready to hit some flow trails? Go on one of our trips.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Yes, I do. But today I'm driving because I drive a lot at work, and I'm thinking I really need to get like a mancation, like a trip away. I need a weekender.
Yeah.
And my first thought process is still towards fishing or hunting or something. Yeah. And I never...
This podcast is over.
Yeah, I know. Right? So I know I'm screwed in that capacity. That's my whole life. Like that 20 years ago when you guys got into this, that was my thing. But now that we're on topic, yeah, I think so. I think that would be fun. I think I would have just as much fun doing that. So within 1 year of going from never having a bike in 20 years, I've gone to, you know what, maybe that is the priority now. So aside from being less skilled, slower, out of shape, that those thoughts aren't there as much anymore, because I think if we made a trip out of it, yeah, I'll take some granola bars.
So we go for fun. You know
some
what I mean?
Beers.
It's not like we'll be like, peace out, Scott.
Yeah.
See you in like 8 hours. No, it's fun.
You guys know I'm no stranger to the woods. I'll be all right out there. You guys can ditch me. I'll figure it out.
We should do like DuPont, because it's not like super gnarly, and there's some views. There's our actual runway strip you can like go up to. Pretty cool.
DuPont. Where's that at?
Asheville. So
North Carolina?
Yeah.
Can we go to the Vanderbilt? Not the Vanderbilt.
Biltmore? That's not really what you do as a mountain biker, but we could probably squeeze that in.
You ride our bikes there.
We could ride to it, do some drops. I feel like there's got to be some drops there and hedges and stuff.
Kill it.
We should take, then if we ride there, we should take you a Katsuma. It's like, as soon as you start, it's a mile, like I'm talking steep mile climb.
Well, hold on. There's a badass street bike road down there too, isn't there? In North Carolina somewhere?
Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee.
The Dragon.
The Devil's Gulch or something. Yeah, that's it. I made up a red Devil's ball sack. It's something like that. That's in Tennessee. All right. So yeah, let's just pack up the mountain bikes. Let's just mountain bike all weekend. I'm cool with that. Yeah.
So in the summertime, especially now, you find yourself. We all work, and it's our thing to where like, okay, I have these responsibilities, but I can carve out. Today I can carve out an hour and a half or 45 minutes, or I have 20 minutes. How can I get this bike on a trail? And this is the time I have. You start thinking about that.
We did that today.
Like, I have 2 hours. This is awesome. I can go ride. Okay, I have 45 minutes. It takes me 10 minutes to get to the trailhead. Ride real quick. 10 minutes to get back. Okay.
Yeah.
You start thinking about this. And then you become quite the weatherman, too. You start watching the weather. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And you start checking trail conditions. And it's...
We did do that today. You were going one way.
Yeah.
You were considering going another way.
Well, yeah, because we had this.
We were going to meet up. And, I'm a stickler for being on time. But I've learned that there is no on time for mountain biking, right? As long as you make it happen, like, you just got to make it. Right. So we made it happen, and we weren't on time to anything. We ran a little late, but we all made it happen because it is the priority. And I do find myself... Oftentimes, I try not to let it get in the way of my work. I try really hard. But there's times where, I have a lot of flexibility in my schedule.
Right.
And I might work a couple hours in the evening so that I can go be on the trails in the middle of the day when nobody's there. Because I think that's the best. Like, and not that I don't love the community, but when you can get out there and just, if it's just two of us, if it's three of us, if it's just you by yourself, I love nature. There's times if I go by myself, I might not work as hard. I definitely won't work as hard. I know I won't. And maybe you guys push yourselves better. I could get better at that. Man, I'll get out there and I'll ride around a little bit and I'll just stop and sit there and you're in the middle of hundreds of acres by yourself.
That's the best part, right?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I love it.
I mean, you can do it with your buddies. It's as fun as your buddies, or you can just go by yourself.
Yeah, like I couldn't imagine. What's the place we went? You took me a couple weeks ago before we went to that Mexican restaurant.
For sales.
For sales, yeah. So that was my first time there. And we had the place store. It was a Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
But the weather was a little cool and it was a little misty. We had that place to ourselves, man. And that was, like, really, I could spend a whole day there. I could spend a whole day, bike a few miles.
Well, you're going to get that chance in August, the end of August.
Yeah, their festival.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to
come
do
to
that?
Hasmere Fest, yeah.
And you go across the creek, and there's a whole another 20 miles over there.
So we'll camp out there.
What is, so when you say the end of August, you mean the end of August?
I think
Not
so,
like,
yeah. So it's in August or September.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So it's always at the end of summer, but...
The only reason I ask is my wife has a birthday in August.
Yeah, take her.
It'll be perfect.
Her birthday is August. So you understand. So she gets the whole month. So we'll figure. She'll let me off the hook for that. Right,
Just push her to September snowshoe and say, babe, we're going to snowshoe for your birthday. And then she'll be like, oh, and then we get there and it's a mountain bike thing.
She did take her, what's that little bike? She's got like a 1984 Mongoose. It's not, man. I can't even ride the damn thing. She wanted me to show her what it's all about, so I took her. She's a beast. I don't know, like she was having no problem keeping up with me. I'm like, either I'm horrible or she's a beast.
Is she ready for a big time bike?
I think maybe what'll happen here is I'll do an upgrade.
Okay.
And she can.
Pass
You think she
bike
can handle that large frame bike though? I don't know.
Probably.
I thought, man, it would be great. The girls could share it. You know, the girls can share that bike and then we'll upgrade.
I think they can ride it, yeah.
But honestly, the bike's great. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just get them a cheap piece of shit like I didn't get for myself. Who knows?
Everybody's got to learn on something.
Who knows? We'll see. The goal is if I get through year 2 without breaking myself in half and I still love it, then we'll get another bike.
There you go.
I think you push yourself just enough. You're not like, because like I'll come to I was like, oh, you can jump that. You're like, that's cool. I'll watch you. I'm not gonna.
I get a little rad every once in a while.
But like today, you hit the small line on the.
You didn't see me all my tail whips today.
I mean, I saw you at the bike park. You hit all those, and you were getting there.
See my tail whips?
I did.
Yeah, I was doing tail whips.
Yeah.
Supermans.
So, was there a goal in year 1? And if not a big deal. But is there a goal for year 2?
Yeah, I mean, this is really weight motivated for me more than anything. That's my priority. Like, I got to stay healthy. I've got kids. I got to stay healthy. I need to live a long time for them. You guys know I haven't been real good to my body. Like, I don't eat the best. I drink a little too much. I've made a lot of bad choices in my life, but here I am. I'm doing good. Never thought I'd make it to 40, and here we are.
Awesome.
Yeah, so now that I made it to 40, I'm like, well, shit. What if I could make it to 60 or 80? I want the joints to be lubed, right?
Yeah.
The first thing is this big old belly's got to come off. So last year, losing 20 pounds, that was good. Gained back 10, not so good. This year, we got to lose 20, and then we got to hold that off, right? So that's the number one goal this year, before anything else. Yeah, I like to get out. I like to have fun with you guys. That's been the best part of it. The best part of it is getting out with you guys. We don't get to hang out a whole lot like we did when we were in our 20s. So, yeah, more of that. Probably a trip, maybe 2 trips. I think at least day trips would be nice. Some of those. I didn't do any of those last year.
Yeah.
I'm ready for those.
There's a lot of spots around we can do day trips to.
Yeah.
You know, 3-hour drive down to Knoxville or something like that.
Yeah, I think if I get, if I know going in to get my nutrition right for a couple of days, then I can make it 15 miles, maybe even more. We'll push it. I need to push it a little bit more.
I mean, you did 15.
Well, we do it for
13,
sales.
13.
Yeah, and I think that was on a mild hangover. So, so I think we'll be all right. I don't know. So eliminate the hangover. Get the nutrition right going. Be well hydrated. Yeah, I could hang all day.
Yeah, I did Brown County, which is about 2 hours from here, and fully hungover. I mean, I was sweating in the first half. like half a
Oh,
mile.
that's the best sweat, though.
No. Actually, what's funny is the first. I was like, man, I just don't feel it. So I like chugged the Red Bull, and I was like, oh, I'm like feeling it. And then
that sounds awful.
like 2-3 miles in,
Who drinks Red Bull?
Chug a Red Bull. I don't feel
Had
hydrated.
4 monsters
I
of
need a
Red Bull.
like 2
A
or 3.
Jaeger bomb.
Sorry to our sponsor, Red Bull.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, 4 miles in, it just went downhill from there.
Oh, yeah, you crash, man. That's all. What's in
And
a Red Bull? Sugar and cocaine? I mean,
Sugar and more sugar.
And then you're hungover, so I mean that's not gonna help.
Yeah, then you're having heart palpitations for a month. It's not good for anybody.
Delicious.
You're better off drinking a 12-pack of beer than drinking 1 Red Bull, probably, as far as your real health goes. I mean, that can't be. Sorry, Red Bull.
Phone Liquor is my sponsor.
There goes your sponsorship.
Actually, we just got a new sponsorship, Monster.
Monster, yeah.
Yeah.
So what was year 2? Just keep the weight off, or was there anything like you want to learn or get better at on the trail?
Yeah, man, I want to get the tires off the ground a little bit more. I'm ready
I like
for that. Yeah,
that.
I'm ready for that. I think it's about knowing the terrain, right? Yeah. So, like, there's one little spot in Davao last year. We went there a couple of times, and it's a nice little. Like, I'm comfortable with that hump, so I'll get a little bit of air on this one specific hump. And when I was a kid, it was all about repetition, right? Like loading and unloading the weight of the bike. Yep. So when you're out in the woods and every time you go to a new trail system, it's brand new to you. You don't know what the hell's coming up. Exactly. You guys know what's coming up. I don't know. So,
yeah, I mean, riding it for the very first time, that's pretty gnarly. Just to go into it blind.
Oh, yeah, man. Like at Versailles, Versailles wasn't like, it was a nice place. It wasn't like I was the whole time like, oh my God, I can't take this. You know, it was the trails are nice there. Fun, but there's a couple spots that are a little more challenging. One little creekside trail or whatever.
Yeah.
All the rocks trip me up, man. It's a little.
And then you look over the side and you realize that it's a big fall over.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all I can think of. I'm like, look at that. Man.
I didn't even take him on the trail where I crashed. I didn't take him on that section.
Really?
Yeah. Because I got confused at that split that it comes up to. Well, we were coming the other way, so we went back to Grandview and down that way.
Okay, you rode it clockwise.
Yeah. Okay. And I think it was good because that would have been the end of the day, and it's kind of technical a little bit.
That's a steep drop too.
Yeah.
So what I would do when I was a kid is we would just build one jump. And we would, man, when you're a kid, like, you're fascinated by that. So you can just jump it over and over. Or, like, we would go to Kelly Elementary, and we would ride her because I grew up in the boonies. So that was the only place really to ride that had blacktop that wasn't on a highway or, like, an old country road. So, like, we would go up to Kelly, and they had this little, like, I don't know, it was like a 2-foot concrete drop where you had to go up in the soccer field, and you could drop in it. And so, like, just doing that over and over again got you better with balancing the bike. And then we would build these little dirt jumps, and then we would pile up more dirt. And pile up more, but there's never was like up there at the pump track.
Yeah.
There's all these different kinds of jumps, you know, and it's like, all right, this one you load this way, this one you load another way, just because of the pitch of it. I need to get like a couple of jumps that I like and just get my confidence up, and then get out there where there's a bunch of them available and wipe out a couple of times and realize it's not so bad, and then
you would like Knoxville. They have like I guess you can call. They have a pump track, but they also got like this thing off the side. It's like a little playground, and the jumps they never really get bigger, but they're great learners. And
yeah, that's why something like
it's
that.
pretty fun.
You dick around on that for a few hours, and then go out and get something serious in the middle. And, you know, you guys drag me down on some downhill, and then have like an 8-foot rock drop, and I either hit it or I don't.
Hey man, as long as you're having fun, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm having fun. But I do like the feeling of being weightless just for a second. So we'll get there. I think that's another.
It'll get there. Yeah,
that's another one this year. But I do need to get more aggressive on the rocks, because not being aggressive on the rocks, that's what's screwing me, right? So
like charging through them.
Yeah, like that Creekside Trail. It's a lot of rocks there for a while, and once you've slowed down enough, that's a little more challenging. And if you just keep going, man, the bike's just. But I was screwing with my resistance on my shocks and all that stuff back. That about killed me too. I've never tightened them all the way down, and I had just tightened them all the way down, and 5 seconds down the hill, I'm like almost over the handlebars. So I'm learning.
You stiffened them up
all the way.
Yeah, he went all. He goes, no.
I've always had them all the way out, and I love it because it's so soft. And then I tightened it. I was like, well, let's see what the other thing does. Never done that before. Tighten it all the way up. Man, I made it like
100 feet?
Yeah, not far. Not far. And it already was like so stiff in the rear end and that was just an adjustment on the trail. Like that wasn't screwing with, I mean, we did put some air in them, but
Yeah.
a couple weeks before. But
Well, how have you, like, isn't it, I guess not weird, but I guess if somebody new, I feel like it might be kind of weird. Like, you come to a rocky section or a section that you have to kind of, like, analyze before you hit it to where you're like, if I slow down, but, you know, maybe it'll be better. But in reality, the momentum or the speed is actually better for you. Was that a learning process?
yeah, for sure. And I'm trying to adjust to that. Like, when I go to these places that I've never been before, and I come over a hump, and all of a sudden the terrain's completely different, and I'm like, wait, I start thinking about what's coming up. My first thought, because it's the first time seeing it, is dial it back. And I don't think that that'll ever change. It's hard.
Yeah.
When you
It's hard
go
for
the
anybody.
first time. But when I go back the second time, the third time, I'll hit it a little harder. You know, I trust the bike more. I trust myself more. I know what's coming. But it's definitely something that you got to, it's always in the back of your head. You know, especially as an unseasoned rider. You're always thinking like, all right, what's around this next? So I can go to EI, which I would consider my home turf, right? Like it's right down the road from the house. I know every trail back there now, frontwards and backwards. I have the ways that I like to ride them, but I know them, and I know what's coming. And so every time I get a little more aggressive, and I think that still helps me build confidence for those trails that I haven't been on yet, and something comes up similar. But the rocks kill me. I got to get a little more ballsy on them.
It takes time on those. I mean, I've gone down the rocks multiple times. That's the worst.
Yeah, yeah, they don't feel good. They hurt a little more than just dirt.
Yeah, a lot more. Have you gone down the trail? I don't think you've done it. Rocky at the Ville? I don't know if you have.
Honestly, I have no idea what trails I've done at
I don't
I'm
think
just
you have.
always following you guys. You guys, if it's called Rocky at Deville, I probably haven't done it because to me everything at Deville is a little rocky. Am I wrong in that? Like, what's the one?
There's rocks everywhere, but
the one loop trail up top of the other side.
Bates Combs.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And then what's the one? Piggy Tail or something
Pigtail.
Pigtail.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good. I've done that one.
Back Bowl,
Rocky
you done that.
Back Bowl, yeah.
Then I don't think you've done Rocky.
Devil's Ball Sack, I did that. Rocky, I don't think that doesn't ring a bell. I would remember it.
All right, so you are, now that you said, hey, you got to upgrade, do you have an upgrade in plan or what? Or still good? You're still
No,
good?
I think pretty much what I've learned in the mountain biking world is you get what you pay for. So if you want a $10,000 bike, it's going to be badass, right? So I got to determine just how much money I want to spend, right?
I will say you did recently update a lot of gear.
Yeah.
You sent me a thing. You're like, dude, I just got all this stuff. You know, I was like, sweet. You know, from new helmet.
It just kept coming. It was Christmas.
So like a fanny pack and like you were just like, yes.
Every day at my house was Christmas for like
CO2
a month.
cartridges.
I don't
and
buy
everything.
stuff like that.
It's awesome though, right? More gear.
I've
That's the
got
best
a
part.
crate now. I have a
Gear.
crate of mountain bike shit at my house. Like I've been wondering what I was going to do with this crate forever. Do I put ammo in it? Do I put motor oil in it? What goes in this crate? Mountain bike
stuff.
Mountain bike stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Now you're going to be like, Doug, he carries 2 gym bags. I'm like, what do we got here? What are we doing? You're just one man. We're just going for a day ride. Oh, that's my riding gear. That's my change of clothes.
Yeah, he's kind of a prepper though. Like he's got to be. Everything's got to be. And I guarantee you, if you need something, it's in there. I guarantee it. He'll fix it right now.
So I forgot what I was going to say. So we rode today. How'd you feel today?
From here down, I feel pretty damn good. Legs are
Legs
good.
down. Waist down.
Yeah, waist down.
Yeah. You just said here. People are just listening.
Right here. From the waist down, I feel freaking like my stamina's way better. My legs are strong. Like my legs have always been strong, but they're stronger than they've ever been. I definitely could have done much more than what we did. Like we could have stayed there and rode all day.
Yeah.
Cardio, man, I'm winded the whole time. Yeah, I got a little bit of asthma. I had the asthma bad when I was a kid. Allergies bad. It's allergy induced. Like this time of year's rough on me. A little bit cooler air today. That stings the lungs a little bit. Like, I can't just jump in and just go. Like, I need to go for a couple minutes and then it stretches the lungs out a little bit. So the cardio has always been a grizzly bear for me. So that is, getting back to goals, probably I got to get that cardio better. So other than the cardio is what's holding me back. I could ride much better if I could just keep up speed and keep hoofing it and not feel like my lungs are going to explode.
What did I tell you about climbing those hills? Do you remember that? The other day we were riding and climbed this hill, and Scott comes up behind me. He's like, dude, you're not even breathing hard. I'm kind of talking to him. I go, look, here's the trick. Be the first one up the hill, and you can breathe as hard as you want, catch your breath, and then when everybody else gets to the top, just pretend like it was nothing.
Yeah.
the problem with that,
wipe your sweat.
I was thinking about exactly
hold your
that.
breath, and then you're like, yeah, I'm good.
Because we
no
did
problem.
have that conversation. I was like, damn, he just unloaded like a big secret for me. And then I got to thinking about it. I was even thinking about that earlier. We were having that conversation about me always being in the back. And I'm like, I was thinking back to having that conversation with you, like, just get out the front, blow everybody away, catch your breath while they're catching up.
There you go.
Yeah, that works for you, man. That works good for you. But there's me still in the back, breathing like a moe, just huffing to catch up, you know. And you guys are patient. Like, I catch up, and you're like, you good? And you know I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm good. But really, I'm dying inside. So, yeah, one of these days, maybe I'll be I'll be that guy that's up in the front, and it's like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to tackle this hill. I'm going to climb this monster hill. And then I'm going to get so far away, I'm going to catch my breath, and when everybody comes, I'm going to act like I'm fine. They're going to think I'm Superman.
Telling stories and stuff. Yeah. Oh, you guys can't talk right now? Oh,
like
that
following
sucks.
you guys up. What's the trail that we ride up to Deville when you get by the T-box up there, you turn around and we ride back down? So
Incinerator?
Is that what
T-box? Oh, no, Monty.
Not Monty.
Monty.
Yeah.
So like, I remember last year riding up, it was the three of us. And we're riding up that, and you guys just keep getting a little further and a little further away. I'm dying, man. I'm just huffing. Like, holy shit, is this climb ever going to end? And you guys are just clucking away, man. I'm like, they're just chit-chatting, pulling away from me. And I'm back here dying, man, sweating, like push on the helmet and just oozing out.
Dude,
that's probably, I don't know. That's probably never going to change.
It'll come.
I kind of like it, though. It makes me feel like I'm doing something.
There you go.
No, I'm up there, but the whole time I'm like, God, we need to slow down.
Is he still talking to me? I don't know how much more words I could say.
Jake, just
you slow down. No, you slow down.
Is that what's happening up there? You guys are having this pissing match of who can out-talk the other one while you're climbing a monster hill?
I've not like done that, but I've been like climbing a hill with like Doak or Jake, and they're like, oh yeah, and they're like, yeah, talking to me, and they're like, I'm like, am I slowing down? No, you're good. I'm like, oh my God, I'm giving it my all.
Man, I ain't talking out there. If we're climbing a hill, I ain't talking. And you all know this. And then I'm not talking for another minute after we get up. Well, hell, the one time we rode up Incinerator. We rode back down. This is like my second time at Deville. And then we turn around, we go up, what's the other side? Or no, we rode up Monty.
Yep.
Monty, yeah, and then went up to Incinerator.
We went up Incinerator.
Yeah.
I was waxed. I was done. There's a stump up there at the top, and I just sat on it, and I talked to everybody that come around, took a break.
Trail talker.
That's right, yeah. And then we went down to beer kissing, and you're like, I don't even want one beer.
Nah,
and then like 4 beers later, we were still at beer
well,
kissing.
See, that's when you guys let me in on the secret. Yeah. You guys let me in on the secret. Always take an extra shirt. Yeah. You guys had nice dry shirts. I went in there, sweaty, fat old man. Where's the party at? I don't want to be here, but you guys insisted. I'm driving. Okay.
No, let's change it. You were like,
yeah, okay, let's change it.
There you go.
It was Tuesday night.
Is that not a fact?
Yeah.
Is that not factual?
Kind of, but you also said, I don't want a beer after I'm riding. Why would I want a beer? And next thing you know, we're there, you're like,
let's just go get one beer, and you're like, you know what? I'll take another one.
Yeah.
You know what? Bring 2 out.
Well, man, I drank 3 beers. I was freaking hammered. I had nothing else in my system.
Yeah. How many beers did you drink? 3 or 4?
You tell me. You paid, didn't you? One of you guys paid. I didn't pay.
You did. You just don't realize you were pretty drunk.
Yeah, I paid with your card.
Might have happened.
Well, so you think you'll ride the EI? You think you're ready for Deville again this year? And you think,
yeah, I'm ready to go. Yeah. I need time though. Like I need the time. Like today,
then you're not ready.
No. I mean, I need like a 2 hour. I need to be there for like 2 hours.
Okay, gotcha.
Like EI is great because when we were talking about earlier, you got a few minutes.
Yeah, it's close to the
right
house.
there for
you can
me,
bust it out real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's so convenient. And because it's not boring to me yet, I haven't rode it that many times. I mean, I rode it for a year. It's just not boring. Like, I'm still learning every time I go. I'm learning more about the bike and less worried about the trails right now still.
Right.
And how my body handles the bike in different situations. But yeah, I can go. I feel much more confident riding a little trickier terrain than last year. Even at the end of last year. Like, yeah, we'll be all right. We'll get out there probably next week if it stays dry. Maybe this week. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
I already was thinking.
Friday. I'll be out of town.
Oh, you're going to be out of town? What do you think, Jake? Tomorrow?
Let's do it.
Psst, that bastard.
Dap it up, man. I'm sorry.
It's supposed to be a nice Friday, too.
So, besides
like that, man. Can't do those.
Besides, like, you want to lose weight, I meant to say, is there, like, technique you want to get better at? Or do you see, like, something that we do that you're like, I want to learn that? Or, is there anything like that we could, like, help you with?
Yeah, man, I'll be honest. I still have no idea what the hell I'm doing when I'm out there. But that's a good thing because the bike's now a little more connected to my body. So I caught myself a couple of times today hammering through 4 or 5 gears, lifting the seat, getting into a climb where I was really thinking about that all last year. Really had to think about it. And now it's a little more natural. So I think I'm going to be able to open up a little bit more this year to where, all right, how do we get through this section? Because last year you would stop me. You would take me out and you'd stop me and be like, here, let's go through that section again and talk me through some stuff. This year I think probably more of that as we get out to different places for sure. Like the creek side for sales. That would be an area that I would maybe want to do again just to try to improve technique and how I want to get through a section like that.
I mean, you're seeing all these trails for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's hard just to go into these trails blind.
Yeah.
So the more you ride them, absolutely.
Yeah, and I haven't been in a lot of that type of terrain.
Right.
And, I prefer a nice, smooth trail. I talked to him about it. Man, do we got any place we can go? It's just nice and smooth and pretty.
Built flow trails.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are some.
Yeah, my old bones, man, they just they feel better doing that. But in all honesty, I need to get better at some of that stuff so I can hit it a little harder. Because not that I can keep up, but as my fitness, my legs keep getting stronger, my stamina gets better. If I can get my cardio figured out, like if I can really commit to, I think getting some runs in, stuff like that, just to help the lungs stretch to where when I get out there, I'm ready to just try my best to stay on your all's asses when I get through some of this stuff. I think I'm going to challenge myself, push a little bit harder this year to like today. I was trying to keep up. He waits on me. You do the same.
I mean, I'll hit I was like, I'll know there's like a fun section. I'll hit that, and then I'll wait on you. I was like, well, I'm going to fly through this.
Yeah, hammer through that stuff. Man.
Well,
you're the same.
That's what I'm going to lead to next is, my crashes recently. You were behind me. And I was like, oh, he was like taking off, not like fast. I was like, I'm going to catch him. And I went through the gears, and then I just crashed. I literally have no idea what happened, but you were right behind me, and you're like, you okay? And I broke my handlebars.
Yeah, I was real disappointed that I didn't get that on video because we would be playing that stuff right now. It was a classic Helmer move. I'm like, because I'm used to seeing it. Same out of you. I'm used to seeing it. Like, when we get to a fun section, you're going to take off. I know that you're going to take off. Now I'm getting to where I'm going to try to take off with you. And for some reason, man, I was locked in. Like, what's he doing here in this section? Like, how's he? Is his post up? And is he clicking up a couple gears? Like, what's happening? So I was locked in. And I don't know what you hit, man. Like, honestly, it all looked good.
We looked at it today.
It was like the least trickiest spot on earth.
Oh, I've looked at it a couple times.
Yeah. Same with your wipeout last year in the field. It's like, you're in a field.
Yeah, right?
You've gone through it 1,000 times. He's in a spot where we stopped today and looked at it, and he just left.
The hole was there.
I would leave too because what the hell happened there, man? Yeah. But it just freak occurrence, man. Root jumped up and bit him, and man, it was. I don't know who had the louder thud. You over the handlebars or you over the handlebars? But you win because you broke your handlebars. When you came up, you're like, I think it broke my handlebars.
Yeah, that was pretty.
No, I didn't know. He picked up my bike and he's
Is that
like,
what happened?
Yeah.
So whoever said break the
Oh,
handlebars, I was
shit,
like,
dude,
bull.
you broke your handlebars. It was pretty good, though.
I was impressed, but it was a loud thud. You heard it up the trail, and your first reaction as a buddy is, "Is this dude all right? Like, is he all right?"
That absolutely.
And he rolled over, and I don't remember. You chuckled about something. You complained about your nuts. I think I don't know. You must have hit your nuts hard. And
the bars hit my pelvis area, and I guess they went like forward, and it was like pain right at my pelvis.
See, if you'd have said my pelvis, I'd have been like, shit, we got to check on this guy. But he rolls over, he's like, my nuts, and I'm just like, I can't help it, man. I can't help but laugh. You would have laughed at me if you saw me wipe out at DeVue that time. Like, I didn't mean to, but I'm sorry.
No, I wouldn't have because it was on my watch.
Once you said it with your nuts, I was like, this dude's all right. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Once you're like, are you good?
If he rolls over and he's
good,
like,
then you can laugh.
if your buddy rolls over and he's like, oh, my pelvis, and you're like, oh, this dude's not okay.
Yeah, that's something
He rolls
you shouldn't
over
be
and he's
saying.
like, my nuts, and you're like, I've heard this 1,000 times.
That was actually on a wreck. That was one of the times I actually laid there for a minute. Like, man, what? Like, it really got to me.
Yeah, you were dazed. You needed me to laugh to make you realize that you were okay. I think that's what it was.
I mean, the one in Versailles where I went down a ravine, I was just like, I'm tired.
I had at least a 30-second delay. I was at least a genuine concerned friend until I knew, like, we weren't going to have to carry you out of there. Then I was laughing like a dirty bastard friend. I was just a horrible person. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You didn't laugh at me when I bit it.
I wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, you didn't laugh when I pulled up. You were there when I went over the handlebars in the creek.
Where?
At the View, like 10 minutes after that other one.
No, it was at the end of the day.
Yeah. Did you laugh at me?
No, I was like, you okay?
So I'm going to work on that this year, too. I'm not going to laugh at my buddies when they bite it.
No, it's good. You can laugh.
You sure?
Yeah. Even if you're not
I mean, unless
okay,
they got like bones hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean,
even
because
at that, it's still after the fact. Like, give it a couple seconds.
because everybody's listening.
And then you can laugh.
Everybody's listening right now. So, yeah, I give it a few seconds. Yeah. It's not my first instinct to laugh.
You all right? One of those bones taken out.
We going to the hospital? Yeah, if we're going to the hospital, I ain't laughing.
Yeah, I mean, I wrecked. One of my gloves came off, and that joke still goes around.
So wait, hold on. So that's true then?
One.
When you wrecked on the what was it? The bridge there at EI. Damn, Homer wrecked so hard his gloves flew off. I thought that was a joke.
No,
You
that
actually lost a glove.
that was not at that time. But that's
See,
been
that's
added
funny.
to every.
So it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah,
It happens.
it does. Are you nervous to wreck? Are you scared?
Man, I've wrecked a lot. I don't know. Like, I haven't wrecked a lot in the past 20 years, but I've wrecked a lot in my life. I've had a few accidents, I guess, that would have me concerned. Like, I'm tired of getting hurt. I really am. I'm tired of getting hurt. And the thing is, like, you guys have consistently wrecked for years now.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe your body's a little more adapted to it. The last thing I want to do is wreck. Like, when I get on that bike, I'm like, God, please don't wreck today. Like, I don't want to
You
wreck.
think that every day?
Nobody wants to wreck.
I mean, I think that, but then once I would say more so last year. It's probably the last thing on my mind now. I was thinking about it today. Like, I don't really care if I wreck. I'm gonna try not to, but nobody wants to. But I mean, I'm 41 years old. Like, it doesn't feel as good as it used to. I would bounce right off of stuff. I don't bounce off things anymore. Like, earth absorbs me when I crash a little bit, but
Kind of. It just.
I mean, I had MRIs done. Remember the shoulders? Like, we both had shoulder issues last year.
Yeah, mine was from a crash.
Yeah, got a slap tear in a labrum. I got who knows what else is wrong with me. All kinds of the knees jacked up from the motorcycle crash. Like, I have problems. I don't want to like make them worse. I want them to get better. So the whole idea is get my fitness better. But at the same time, it's hard to be out there and not be like, do kind of want to hit this hill a little bit harder. I do want to go downhill a little faster. It's just not. It's human nature, I think.
We just need those hype men that we saw at the Ville.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go.
Your hype man. Yeah, where's that guy at? You not had him on the show yet?
He disappeared.
Get that guy out here.
Yeah, he'd be a good guest.
Oh, for sure. He'd be. You need to have him out here. He just needs to be sitting over there in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, he's like, you're doing great. I'm like,
you know,
it's not even on.
Oh, do your entry music and all that stuff.
So do you think this year you'll hit that, speaking of that hype man guy, he was where that rock drop was on Monty. Would you hit that? Do you feel comfortable hitting that?
Yeah, I think what we need to do is just stop there.
Yeah. Oh, obviously, I'm not just like, hit it, let's go.
Stop there and just do it. Because every time I get through there, I'm like, wait, where's it at? Here, oh, it's coming up. Oh, nope, that's not it. Oh, here it comes. Nope, that's not it either. So all I'm thinking about is thinking about it. You know what I mean? But that's all. The problem is it's all in my head.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, you don't think about this stuff. You just go and do it. I'd have rode my bicycle off of a roof of a house. When I was a kid, I swear. When you're a kid, you just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know how to level this bike out. I could take it off of a cliff and land it 50 feet down, and it's going to land on the top. I might bite it, but you could do it because you don't think about the stuff. When you start thinking about it, that's the problem, right? There's nothing to that. Like in my mind, I sit here and I think, okay, what is it, 1.5 foot, 2 foot drop? Really, it's not much, but 3 foot, if that.
Yeah, it's not much. And when you're going down, you're coming off the trail comes at a downward, so you're almost it's just ready, like to already absorb it.
Just kind of maybe pull up on the handlebars a little bit and just let it go. It should come natural.
No, don't let go.
Right. It should come natural, but when you're thinking about it, it's not coming natural.
Yeah.
So just playing around on the bike more is going to get me to the point that I don't think about any of this stuff. Just go. Because it is something that should just be an easy part of that trail. Just go through it.
I mean, the
more
you ride.
I already know in my head, like, if I'm thinking about it, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm thinking about how I'm going to tackle this obstacle, then I already have I have a bad start.
Right.
So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are riding tomorrow.
Oh yeah, sorry. Maybe tomorrow.
We'll send it tomorrow.
We'll see you. I'll go back with you on Friday.
Yeah, let's ride debut over sales on Friday.
Sounds like a plan. I don't know. You got it on video now, so I guess I'm committed. I got to help a buddy move though. Might be Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if we can work you in.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, hey,
a busy schedule.
Thanks for coming on and telling your story. I hope this gets other people to ride mountain bikes. I know they're actually hard to come by, but maybe your story will have someone else that will join the mountain bike crew.
I would love that. It's been nice learning from you guys, and it's been nice being able to pay some of that knowledge forward late in the year last year, and hopefully there's some old fat dad sitting at home right now that is dying to get out there. So for sure,
I'm pretty glad you stuck with it. That's always hard to determine as someone who's like in the mountain biking. Is someone who's getting into it, are they going to stick with it because they'll see us crash or they'll, for whatever reason, who knows? And I'm glad you're stuck with it.
Yeah, man, love it. Anything to get me outside. I appreciate you guys helping me out. So
maybe this time I know fall is big for your outdoor adventures. Just a little more.
We'll see.
I'll tell you what, ride your mountain bike to your deer stand.
Well, that's a thought, man. I think it's already on the agenda.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I might make that happen.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, but then you're all sweaty when you get up there. We'll save that for another podcast.
So
that'll bring them in.
Right. My musk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get out here. Maybe get something to eat.
Sounds good.
All right. See you.